Emily the intern.
Emily's like really nice.
She's fine. The whole time I was like, she's doing her job really well.
She's so professional.
I was waiting for her to be like a bitch and be terrible, and she just never was, and like Lauren kind of was.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Millennial TV. We are your hosts, Adrienne, Candace, and Liz, and you already know that we're here to recap Season 2 of The Hills, Episode 5, titled One Big Interruption. Now, I'm gonna keep asking you guys to do this until you do it, and literally until I see all of your names. But I would love for you guys to write us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and I swear it'll only take a couple minutes out of your day, but it would mean so much to us and will help us continue to grow the podcast so that we can continue to do this every single week. And don't forget to follow us there or on Instagram to get updates from us every week. And oh my God, before we talk about pop culture, I just want to plug our interview with Andrew Perry, who is a producer on The Hills. We interviewed him last week and he was so nice and remembered so much about what happened during the filming of The Hills. So go check that out on our playlist if you haven't already, because we love him so much. We're probably going to get him back for a future episode. He was wonderful.
He was the best.
Truly. Yeah. He was really, from the beginning, he was really excited to come on and talk about The Hills. And I mean, he told us so much. And
he wants to come back.
Yes, yeah, he does want to come back. And I will tease all of you and say he gave us some off-camera tea and it was amazing. And we can never tell.
So go give it a listen, and now let's get into pop culture. So this week, I want to talk about the Bezos' wedding that happened in Venice. If you didn't hear about it, Jeff Bezos, the former CEO of Amazon, got married to Lauren Sanchez, who is a former journalist in Venice, Italy. They planned this lavish wedding that reportedly cost somewhere between the range is so wide. It's like $20 to $50 million. And I don't even know if that's true, but even if it's a slightly smaller number, that's a whole freaking lot.
Yeah.
We will never spend that money in our freaking lifetime.
You know what? I feel like I helped personally fund this wedding, though, because of all of my Amazon purchases.
Oh, my gosh.
People in my family call me the Amazon princess. So.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Prime Days are coming.
Yeah. I've definitely contributed.
So I feel like there's so much stuff for us to talk about this event. Mm-hmm. So Lauren Sanchez wore a custom high-necked Dolce & Gabbana wedding dress, which I thought looked really good. And she also had so many different outfits planned for their 3-day wedding activities. And if you guys go and search up some pictures, she really does look good. Not overdone, not gaudy. I thought she looked really nice. And they got married on a Friday at a private ceremony and had parties over the weekend. And I just kept seeing pictures of celebrities riding these tiny little speedboats in the canal, sailing off to wherever the next party was. And it was so fun because we saw celebrities there Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner, Kendall, Kylie Jenner, Oprah Winfrey was there, Sydney Sweeney was there, which is
really random.
Odd.
It's interesting, yeah.
Charlie Kloss and Orlando Bloom, but no Katy Perry.
No, he was canoodling with Sydney Sweeney. Yes.
No.
He was walking along the beach with her or something I read. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But did you say you liked her wedding dress?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty.
I'm looking at it right now and I'm not a huge fan of the beads down the front.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I thought it was a nice dress for a mature person to wear.
Yeah. I don't know. And I love lace usually, and I feel like I would love this. Maybe if the buttons were down the back just.
I agree with that. I feel like the buttons should be down the back. It's weird that it goes all the way up to her neck. Yeah, other than that, I like it though.
Yeah, other than that, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think maybe I don't love the all the way up to the neck lace, but whatever, each your own. But yeah, the buttons are weird. She says, and she's probably going to have a wedding dress from Macy's at this point. But yeah, this was a really big deal.
Oh, it was a huge deal. a huge overall party for the city, lots of money like going into the city of Venice, which is great because I heard that they also donated to the city to restore the canals. But not everyone was happy, of course, because there were a lot of protesters who were speaking out against Bezos because of his like political affiliations. And apparently they like made such a big issue or like caused the scene that there was a last minute change of venue for one of the activities because of the protesters. And so as someone who loves pop culture, I love the glitz and glam of seeing everyone get so like dolled up and dressed up. But I am also so against these uber rich business people who exploit all of us to get richer. And yeah, I get it. Okay, it's capitalism. I know. But that aside, it's just like a really fun news story to tell. And I'm sure that like, okay, I'm glad that the money that they spent will benefit the city, but don't freaking get me started about the fact that they probably use vendors and venues from other rich people to continue helping them get richer. See, I'm going to go into that rabbit hole again. But anyway, ladies, what are your thoughts on the wedding? And if you're rich and you're listening, buy us a ticket to Venice. Yeah. Stop complaining.
Yeah. Help us out here.
I'm going to be totally honest, and I know nothing politically about Bezos other than like people typically don't like him because he's
just
rich.
Think of him as a rich man. Like who would he side with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously eat the rich, right? But I don't know. I mean, I do appreciate Amazon. I'll tell you what. I do. I don't want it to go away. I think it's a great, great thing. But rich people are always gonna rich. You know, like rich people gonna rich. And you know what? I enjoy watching the weddings and the expensive parties, and you know, it's fine.
It's fun. It's fun for us to like watch and comment on him.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what pop culture is made up of, right? A bunch of rich people doing rich people things. This is why we all love the hills in Laguna Beach, right? It was like
exactly
living a lifestyle that we can't attain, yet we love to watch and pretend that we can. So I think it's fun. Again, I am definitely not ever going to be that rich in my life, but I do think it's fun to watch and, you know, judge from my sad, poor couch.
I agree. I like to think about too, like, if I did have that kind of money, what like ridiculous stuff would I do for my wedding if I had $20 million to spend?
I would definitely have ice sculptures and doves and butterflies and absolutely my dress would be, I'd have several, okay? I'd be like...
Yes, lots of wardrobe
I'd be
changes.
Kim Kardashian at her first wedding with Chris Humphries when she had like 5 dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you'd like twirl and then your dress would like become something
different.
You know?
Oh my god.
Yes.
In the middle of the aisle, that would be amazing. Like, stop. Twirl.
Quick change.
Yeah.
My sister, which is like such a Strickland sister thing to do, but she stopped. My dad was walking her down the aisle and she stopped in the middle of the aisle and did like a twirl so everybody could and it was like such a my sister thing that like everybody was like cracking up laughing because like it's so weird.
That's so cool.
But yeah, I'd definitely do that, but it would turn into a different dress. And then I would one up my sister at the same time. It would be so good. I don't know. What are your rich dream wedding things?
I would want to do something like, I want to go like swimming with dolphins or something like in the ocean, like stuff like that. I don't know.
While you like
ride them, or make it part of it somehow, and then I would like hire the Backstreet Boys to come sing at the reception.
Okay.
I mean, they can't be like $20 million expensive. You know?
No,
they're much more affordable.
I think that's attainable. That's for sure attainable.
Definitely, yeah.
I would love to like rent some sort of private island and then like fly all of my guests onto the private island to just have like a giant party.
Yes.
I don't know where it would be because I've been so poor I've never even dreamt of an expensive wedding
like somewhere in Turks and Caicos, right?
Something like that.
Like a private island.
Although I don't even need for it to be private. Who am I kidding? No one's gonna come like paparazzi my wedding. So who cares?
They might.
We're thinking about a world where, I don't know, we're like reality TV stars or something and people would care.
Why don't you guys, we're going to post like a little question on Instagram, but tell us what your dream weddings would be, location, venue. What is your dream like special thing to have in your wedding? Because let a girl dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
But until then, we will talk about the hills. So Lauren worked very hard at her job to get on her boss's good side again. This is all in the previously on. Heidi finally made up with Audrina, and the more that she had heard about Spencer, the less that she trusted him. And when Heidi decides to surprise Spencer in area, she got a tough lesson in love. Lauren says it's the morning after, and they all finally hoped that Heidi knew what she had to do about Spencer. ...
Oh no, spoiler alert, she marries the jerk.
If only they knew at that time. I feel like they would
I know.
all have
Yeah.
I'm like,
protested.
everyone's like hoping that she's going to break up with Spencer. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh no, ladies.
just kidding.
Oh no. We have so much Spencer left in our lives.
Oh my gosh.
And weirdly enough, we're kind of into this union now.
Are we?
I don't know. I guess, yes.
I feel like we all know that they're like meant to be.
I feel like they're soulmates, but that doesn't mean I'm like into it.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I definitely feel like they are cut from the same cloth.
I'm into them for each other. Like, I think they're both good for each other.
Yes. I think Heidi loves Spencer, and I think Spencer loves Spencer. And because of that, he loves Heidi.
What?
Like, I think Spencer's always going to love Spencer most.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, like, there's been so many interviews where they talk about how she, like, loves the kids more than she loves him now. Like, he's always like, she never gives me attention anymore. But he's still always by her side when she's, like, performing on stage with that horrible wig. I forgot
He's
where
her
they
number
were
one
this
fan.
weekend.
Oh, my God. The AMAs.
Yes.
Okay, stop. We need to talk about that wig for just 1 second.
Oh, my gosh.
Because it was the most horrific wig I have ever seen in my entire life.
I don't know.
It was a Party City.
Yeah.
My God, somebody who hates her. Her stylist hates her. I was like, and the outfit wasn't like, it wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the hair
So bad.
makes the outfit. And she should know this.
Yes, they live in Hollywood. They've been around like glam and all these people for such a long time. I was like, why?
I read an article where she was like talking about the wig, and they were like, with your hair, like da-da-da. And she was like, we just thought we were going to do something crazy different, but like, don't worry, the long hair will be back soon. It's like, we know it's a wig, Heidi.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
you don't have to tell, like,
Wow.
we're aware.
She tried to play it off.
Yeah,
like it was
and
real.
so, I don't know. I don't know what
Oy.
she was thinking. I don't know, but it was terrible. And if you haven't seen pictures from the AMAs, go look them up.
Look it up. Yeah.
Because it was so bad. And this will be like so far down the line when this actually airs. But go revisit those pictures. Okay?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
it was so oh God.
You'll get a scare if you haven't seen it already.
It's a jump scare. Oh my God, yeah. It was
See, so if Spencer could love, because he was still hyping her
I know.
up throughout this wig fiasco. So you know what? I'm gonna say Spencer loves Heidi.
He
A
is
lot.
her biggest fan.
He really is.
Like 100%. He's her biggest fan.
Yeah.
He's her hype man, and I love that for her.
Yeah,
I do.
we
I
all
love
need
it.
someone like that in our lives.
We all need our significant others to be our hype people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, they need to hype us up.
Yes.
Who else is gonna do it?
Yeah,
I hype you up, you hype me up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's
So,
live in
Spidey
this
for the win.
Delulu world by ourselves.
Like, let's give Spidey the applause they deserve. They are there for each other, you know?
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yep.
Now back to the scene. In walks Audrina into Heidi and Lauren's apartment, and Heidi like points to her face and she's like, "I am dead."
"This is death face," which I thought was so funny. This is the night after they had gone to like the club with the playmates and Spencer and stuff. And so Heidi retells Audrina about last night and says that the playmate pointed at Spencer and said, "That's my boo. I think I'll hook up with him later." Gross. And then Audrina responds and calls him a dirtbag. And Lauren asks, "How many times have you heard bad things about him?" Then Audrina brings up the time when Spencer wanted to meet up with her at Pinkberry and that he brought her roses. And Heidi is like flabbergasted because she's all, "I hooked up with him that night, didn't I?"
I love her. She's like, "No, he did not."
Yeah,
like,
it's
she's
so
freaking
good.
out. But yeah, I highlighted I hooked up with him that night, didn't I? And I was like, wait, you don't know? You need your friends to confirm it for you?
They then tell her to call him on speakerphone to ask, and Heidi calls him and asks if they hooked up that night when he showed up to area with Audrina, and Spencer's like, "Obviously." Gross. Then Heidi asks if he brought her flowers to Audrina the next morning, and like Audrina and Lauren are just having the best time sitting next to her on this phone call and like laughing so hard, which I think is hilarious.
Yes.
She's like, "We hooked up that night, Spencer."
Yeah. And so Heidi's bickering with Spencer, and then he gets mad at her and tells her that he's done. And then Lauren and Audrina are like, "Don't let him flip it on you. Don't let him flip it on you." And then Heidi gets off the call looking really sad because Spencer indeed has just flipped it on her. And Lauren tells her, "Don't get involved with anyone that can manipulate you like that." So true, Lauren. So true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I loved, like, we've all been there when your girl is like yelling at her boyfriend on the phone and you're like, "Get him," like trying to be like, her wing woman. So I loved watching that. And I loved how Lauren is always so into the drama when it's not her drama.
Yeah.
She's so funny to me. But I mean, kudos to Heidi for actually confronting Spencer on the issue, not just letting it slide, because that was gross and immature.
So I think the scene felt really real. Like she was really with her girls and like going after Spencer and stuff like that, and was mad at him about the playmates. But later in the episode, I don't know.
Why?
Because I've heard stuff like in the past where they're like, "Oh, that whole playmate thing, like we totally like we're in on it together and we've like made it up." And so like when I think about them saying that, when I see a later scene and we'll talk about it, I'm like, I feel like this scene was real, but something they filmed later on, I'm like, I think that they're like faking it for the cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I feel like this scene could totally be Heidi playing it up. Because she's so
dramatic about it.
Over dramatic. So I can see that being like a played up scene for sure. But I don't feel like Lauren and Audrina would be like in on
I don't think they knew.
No, they wouldn't have known. Yeah.
Which would make me more pissed off if I were them, knowing that like you're playing it up.
She was acting.
Right. Yeah.
Heidi's just not that good of an actress. So I don't know.
But she was like way over dramatic. So like I can see, I mean, you're right. None of them are that good of actors, right? That's why like everything is based in reality.
Yes.
But I can, now that you say that, I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that scene later.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yes.
So in the next scene, Whitney and Lauren are at Teen Vogue and they walk into Lisa Love's office. She asks them if they're working tomorrow, and Whitney tells her that she's actually getting her wisdom teeth taken out tomorrow. And then Lisa's like, "That's comfortable. Anyway, we're having a dinner."
Okay, but can we talk about for 1 second how everybody makes getting your wisdom teeth taken out seem like it's this major surgery this whole episode? And it's like, okay, it's a surgery, but like even with impacted wisdom teeth, like you're fine.
You won't die. It's just very,
even
very
with dry socket, like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna, like, it was so weird to me. I was like,
she brought her flowers later on.
I know. I'm like, so bizarre. Also, Lauren is having a moment in this scene with her cute little gothic vampire look. Did you guys see her tank top?
I didn't notice it in that way.
It was like red and it had like black like lace over it. and she had a little black cardigan on, and I was like, this is so Buffy the Vampire Slayer right now.
It sounds so
like
vampy and gothic.
Yes, I'm so into it. It's like, I love her little gothic vampire moment. It was amazing.
We'll have to like post it when we watch this episode. Okay.
Have I ever told you guys that I don't have wisdom teeth?
Ever? Like, you never have?
No,
had them
I
ever?
don't. I was not born. They've never come into my mouth before.
What?
And it's funny. My mom doesn't have them either. And it's funny because on my bottom right, I don't have a back molar. It's like same, it just never came. And it's so funny whenever I've gone to a new dentist, they're always like, when did you get that removed? And I'm like, it never existed. And like same, like, I'm a sign of evolution.
I was going to say, you are more evolved than all of us.
Yeah. I just think that's so like weird, but I'm also like, well, I don't ever have to have surgery, so that's nice.
That is so interesting.
That is actually awesome.
How about the rest of your family?
The rest of them have them as far as I know. Like my brother and sister do. Yeah, just me and my mom.
So, Adrienne, I know you recently had them out, right? Like pretty recently?
Yeah.
Were you okay? Did you need flowers?
I was trained to expect flowers from watching years of these TV shows. So yeah, I did. Okay. Did I get them? No.
I had mine out in my 20s, and I only ever got 3. So 3 dropped, and the ones on the top didn't bother me at all. But the one on the bottom got infected. And so that's when I got them out, because it was like really painful. And they took all 3 out at the same time. And I mean, it was not fun. And I did have to take pain medication, but like, it was like 2 days. And then I was fine. And like, I remember I took like a week off of work because I was in my 20s and lived with my parents and I could.
Yeah.
And I like ate mashed potatoes and drank Jamba Juice, and it was fine.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Wait, Liz, I know why you and your mom don't have wisdom teeth. Let me theorize here. Okay. For all of our listeners that have listened to our Halloween episode last year, you'll know that Liz's mom worked in that like freaky, like voodoo, like dentist office. That was like the lady was part of a cult.
No, it was chiropractic.
It was a chiropractor office.
Fuck. Okay.
That would have been a really good theory.
Yeah, damn it. Like, if that was a dentist, that would have been so good.
I was like, where is this going?
Yeah. So that you guys forgot, but she actually removed all of your wisdom teeth.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. So.
Shit. Never mind. Forget it.
That's funny.
Adrienne, do you ever feel like you still have wisdom teeth, like phantom wisdom teeth? Like, can you like feel them sometimes? Because I can.
Oh, that's weird.
Like, I feel like it's still there. Like, if I run my tongue along the back of there, I feel like it's still there.
I mean, my holes are definitely still there, so that's what I'm feeling. But like, not from the others.
Well, if anybody else has phantom wisdom tooth pain or phantom wisdom tooth feelings at all, share
or
with
no
us.
wisdom teeth.
Yeah, or
let us know
horror wisdom tooth stories. Please do share.
And let us know if you thought Whitney was being extra dramatic.
So maybe Lisa's reaction was warranted then.
Yes.
That's fun.
Her non-reaction reaction. So in the scene, Lisa tells him that Teen Vogue is hosting some sort of dinner for 20 young designers in LA tomorrow, including a Jane Keltner and her intern, Emily.
Emily the
intern. Lisa tells her that Emily will be helping Lauren with setting up the dinner, and she's supposedly really good, so she'll be of great help to Lauren. And MTV is like totally setting up a rivalry between Lauren and Emily like early. Not that it ever turned into a rivalry because of who Lauren is, but like MTV's trying their darndest to do it.
Also, Emily's like really nice.
She's fine. The whole time
so
I was
professional.
Like, she's doing her job.
I was
really
waiting
well.
for her to be like a bitch and be terrible, and she just never was. And like Lauren kind of was.
Yeah,
I agree.
I was like, Lauren, like, be normal. Like,
yeah,
we'll get to it. But Emily's like, hi, how are you? And Lauren's like, just dead stare.
Yeah. Lisa's parting words are that she reminds them that this is a Teen Vogue dinner, and things should be taken care in a manner they're accustomed to. So in other words, don't fuck up, Lauren. Then over at Bolt's house, Heidi is working and she's in like a lilac shirt that's like really interesting. It's not beautiful or ugly. It just like has a really interesting neckline for a long sleeve.
It's basic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cowl neck on a long sleeve.
Yeah, her hair though is so flat ironed dead that I couldn't pay attention to anything else. Like it was so flat ironed to death, which is funny because I note later it's the same day because she's still wearing that shirt, but her hair is like flawless.
Oh, really?
It like, yeah, you guys
That's
have to
weird.
go back and like look at it. It's so weird. It must have been like a pickup scene or something because I
Yeah.
noticed how bad her hair looked in the first scene with that shirt.
That's so
Like
funny.
later she's talking to Kristen, and it looks flawless and shiny and beautiful.
Yeah.
So
We'll post it on Instagram and you guys can vote.
Yeah.
So then Spencer gives Heidi a call while she's in the office and he asks her why she's ignoring him. And she says, because you showed up with playmates the other day. Then he's like, why are you whispering? And she's like, I'm at work. Then she tells him, you're one big interruption in my life. And he says, I don't know why showing up with playmates is a problem. I didn't hook up with them. Duh.
thanks, Spence.
Gosh.
I know. Thank you, Spencer. The least I could ask you to do is not hook up with them.
Yeah. Then Heidi says your words don't match your actions because you're obviously not ready for a girlfriend even though you say you are. And Spencer tries to insist that he is. Then Heidi tells him that she needs to clear her head and he asks what's in her head. And she's like, you and playmates running all over. She tells him that if he wants her in his life, he has to respect this. And he tells her, why don't you take a week and see if I'm here to call you? Ooh.
That is such a gross response to
I know.
give me time. So gross. That is
Yeah.
so ugh. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
And Heidi hangs up and puts the phone down. And this is the scene where I'm like, it's kind of an intense interaction between the two of them, but I think it's so fake because, like, number one, she's having it in the middle of an open, like, floor office, like, in front of everyone.
Yeah.
She's clearly not working. And Heidi was, like, smirking throughout this entire scene.
You guys, I would die if I ever had this kind of a conversation in a work office setting.
I know.
Like,
Get
I
up,
would kill
go
myself.
outside.
Step outside.
I would
yeah.
go to the bathroom and have it before I had it at my fucking desk.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think it's real.
Well, Bolt House isn't real, so like they're aware that she's filming, and like if there was a reality show filming at my work, I guess I wouldn't be like, wow, that's embarrassing. I'd be like, wow, she's filming. But it's still just like I don't know, I always try to think of it like everyone knows that they're filming, right? Like you don't think about that when you're watching it, but everyone around them knows that they're filming. So like that's probably a normal occurrence in that office because it is a set essentially for the show, right? It is one of the places that they film. So like they're kind of used to it, so it's not as weird as it would be in real life, but I still think it's an odd choice to have a conversation at your desk.
Totally.
But because it's not a set, like, okay, it is a set for Heidi, but everyone else is working. Like, I would be dead embarrassed if I were doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the lines are blurred because, like, she talks about things that are happening in real life with the playmates and stuff like that, but, like, she's not actually mad about it.
What an odd life to live. I'm sure it was so confusing, like, being them in this era, because like how do you then distinguish what is real life and what isn't, and like you're fighting about things that kind of aren't real but then it's going to leak into your real life, and like, you know, like Stella,
right? Yeah. It would also be really annoying to be somebody there who's like actually trying to do their job. You know? Like that would be so distracting.
Elodie, I think, was like that.
Yeah.
That's why her
Elodie.
reactions are so like, get the fuck out of my face.
Yes. It's a squeaky toy, in case anyone is wondering.
I know. I film when my dog has her moment, so Stella really wants to squeak right now.
Yeah, Stella
it's
loves
totally fine. As long as people know that it's not happening in their like house. You know, what is that?
Maybe your dog is squeaking right now.
Yeah.
That's so funny that Stella How old is Stella?
She's like 3. Like after dinner, she'll have a little moment where she always likes to like play by herself. So this is it every day.
So funny.
Let's see. So then we snap back to the Teen Vogue offices and we see Emily, the New York intern, arriving at the office. She's got long, dark brown hair and is in a beautiful black dress with like a huge gold bag.
Okay, but she looks so good.
She does.
So good.
Yeah. She looks so professional.
So professional and like, she's like New York chic, you know?
Yes, yes.
And then Lauren arrives at work also in a black dress and notices that a random bag is like on her work desk.
She's so awful about it. She picks up that bag like it's dirt on her shoe.
Like,
Yeah.
it's disgusting, yeah. Like, ew.
But in walks Emily and she greets Lauren, and then Emily gets started on the list of things that they have to do today, which is go to the florist at 11 to pick out flowers. They have to pick up some sort of like table setting that was getting delivered to someone's house that they had to be there at 3. And Lauren is shown writing all of these things down on a notepad. And then at the end, Emily's like, can I have that whole pad of paper? And Lauren gives it to her with like a lot of attitude.
Yes, the death stare she gives her is so funny. This is the most unfriendly I've ever seen Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is Lauren, though. Not
Like, you think she's a bitch?
No, I just don't think that she's super warm to new people. Because everyone that we've seen her around has been people that she's known. And don't talk to me about guys. Like, she seems to be very good around guys, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that she's always the friendliest to girls.
Well, it's like she instantly sees Emily as a threat and is like, I can't be nice to her.
Yeah, but this is like so extra. Like, I don't know. It's like not. It was so weird. I didn't recall it either. And like, it's funny because Andrew mentioned Emily the intern when we were talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have stuck out to him as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? So like, yeah, it's so funny. Lauren
funny.
is so uncomfortable.
I know, she is so unhappy with this.
Yeah.
Then Emily says all they have to do from now till 11 is look up the directions to the florist and to that person's house, which, go Emily, like, you could decide to do nothing and just talk for the whole morning, but good for you. And then Lauren does like a big sigh in response to this. And I don't really think that that's real in real life. Like, I think it's edited, but
probably.
Yeah. Then Emily says they should start writing addresses on the reminder cards and says that they should divide it up. And Lauren tells her that Lisa doesn't like her penmanship because the last time she wrote a card, Lisa threw it out.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Although my handwriting is terrible, Lisa Love would hate me.
Same. But I also think it's ridiculous that they have to handwrite addresses at all. Like, I don't understand why. You know, because I remember.
Vogue.
I guess, but man, it just seems like a waste of time. Just print it out.
And like, what are these for? Can we just like send them via email? What's going on?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, why does it have to be
We're not
so
there yet in the
formal?
timeline of technology.
It was just so crazy. It's only like 15 years ago. Like,
now you could just send an e-bite.
Yeah. Like, don't send this to my house. Okay, even with wedding invites, like, how do you guys feel about getting paper copies versus like an email?
I like wedding invites
really
because
care.
I like, well, if I know the couple, like if they're really close to me, because I want the picture, you know what I mean? And like the cute little, you stick it on your fridge, it's cute. But like, I mean, if it's somebody I don't really care, like, I'm fine. I'll RSVP on your website. Give me the website.
Do you keep the paper though?
I keep it until the wedding.
And then you toss it out after?
Usually.
Same.
See, because I'm always like, oh, I don't want to like waste. Like, let's be good to the environment. I'm like, don't send it. It's going in the trash anyway. And don't tell me it's going in the recycling. That doesn't do anything. Let's just not print it.
But I get it. People want to like pick out their wedding invites. They've been waiting their whole life to do it. They save the dates, blah, 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 blah. I get it. It's fine. It's like when I sent out graduation announcements.
Oh my God.
Like,
what?
I did. Did you not do that?
No.
You guys didn't send out graduation. That's how you get money from relatives.
I don't remember.
What do you mean?
I think I did because I had a party and people came and
You
I got
send out
like my senior photos and all that stuff.
graduation announcements to like distant family, and then they send you
And
money
they
back.
send you money. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, that did not happen. And I've never heard of this.
You know what? I actually just got one of those a few weeks ago from one of my cousins in Michigan. Like my cousin's son is graduating, and we got one, and I was like, well, I can't go to this, obviously, but I guess I should send him something.
Yeah,
so.
It's like it's like just announcing that, like, hey, this person made it through school, so you should like say congrats or get them something or send them a graduation card. Yeah, my mom, it was so funny because at the beginning, I don't know if your schools did this, but at the beginning of your senior year, this guy from Jostin's comes in, who's like the main like supplier of cap and gowns. And he comes in and he's like a rep for them. And he's like, listen, you're going to want your parents to buy you this class ring. You're going to want them to get the graduation announcements. And you're going to want to get your cap and gown, and they give you like the paperwork. You take it home and you're like, well, I guess I have to get a class ring and like announcements and whatever. And I gave it to my mom and I was like, I don't really want a class ring and I don't really care about anything. And she was like, I still don't have a class ring. I could care less. But she was like, well, we have to get graduation announcements. And I was like, why? And she was like, that's how you get presents and money. And I was like, oh yeah, get those. Yeah. And I filled them out and I was so shocked. Like family members that I hadn't talked to like ever in my life sent me back cash. I'm like, do people not graduate in this family? And apparently no, they do. It's just like normal.
This has got to be like a North American thing.
Probably.
It must be if you haven't done that or heard of it. Yeah. That's interesting.
You guys in the comments, let us know if you ever sent out graduation invites. What do you call them?
Announcements.
Graduation announcements. I think because I'm Asian, we're expected to go to school and graduate. So like, what the hell are you asking for money for or announcing this?
The way Adrienne fully laughed at me when I said graduation announcements.
I'm like, what?
She was like, huh?
Then we are back at Bolt's house and Heidi is chatting with her coworker Kristen. They talk about the night with the playmates at the club and Heidi asks if Spencer had his arm around them and Kristen says no. They just danced and sat there but nothing happened. She tells Heidi that if it were her, she wouldn't be happy if her boyfriend brought two playmate-looking chicks to her workplace. And she tells Heidi that Heidi should chill out for a little bit.
This is the scene where Heidi's hair suddenly looks amazing.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember except that it was like very blonde.
And very shiny and pretty.
Yeah.
Had to be different days. Had to.
To go back and look.
Or they touched her up. I don't know.
Yeah, probably in the bathroom. Then next, we are driving with Lauren and Emily to the florist to pick up flowers for the Teen Vogue dinner. In the car, Emily says that she spoke to Lisa and said that they needed to pick up roses or peonies, and she wanted a, oh my god, chinoiserie vase. I was going to botch it.
That was a good try. I couldn't do it either. I was waiting for you to say that.
Let's all do it. Chinoiserie.
Chinoiserie. I don't know.
That's a hard word.
I'm like, Emily, what?
Yeah, I know.
And Lauren's like, I don't know what a chinoiserie is. And Emily tells her it's an Asian-inspired ceramic vase, and Lisa doesn't want just a plain vase. And Lauren says that it's crazy how they put so much detail into these events since it's not an actual event, it's just a dinner. And Emily's like, no, it's got to be just right.
Not Lauren being like, it's just a dinner. How long have you worked at Teen Vogue now, Lauren?
I know.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's an important dinner. It is an event. It's an event dinner. Yes.
She's so trying to relate to Emily though, to see if like Emily has any like humanity in her.
Emily is not Whitney. Yeah, Emily's trying to get her job done.
They talk about where they go to school, and Emily says that she goes to NYU and she works 2 days at Teen Vogue and 1 day at Chanel. And Lauren's like, whoa. I am impressed.
That's crazy. Oh, yeah. 18 credits at NYU.
3 full days of working.
2 days at Teen Vogue and 1 at Chanel.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And NYU is not an easy school.
Yeah.
No.
Like, holy crap. She must have. And the thing about it is, Emily is an actual intern, right? Yeah. Like, Emily wants to work in the fashion industry. Emily knows what she's doing. She studies fashion. She's like in it. She's like not going to have a Kohl's line in the future. You know what I mean? Emily's going to have.
Oh, don't diss the Kohl's line.
I'm not dissing Lauren. I love me some Elsie by Lauren Conrad. We all know this. I live and breathe for Kohl's.
Love her stuff.
I'm just saying, Emily.
No, yeah, I get it.
Is like the elite. If Lauren's going to have a Kohl's line, Emily's gonna have a Chanel line. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Like,
Mhm.
it's apples to oranges here.
Yep.
The difference between a real intern and an MTV intern is blatant and apparent
Very
here.
different. Yeah.
Well, and maybe it's the difference between like East Coast, West Coast too. Because I would argue
true.
that Whitney's very like she is the Emily. Like she's at school, she's doing this internship, but like, damn, Emily's got a way different life.
And I wouldn't say that Emily is like gorgeous, but she's very well put together and very pretty. And I think because she's so well put together, it makes her more pretty. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know what, like, it makes her more attractive, I guess, that she's like so well put together. Not more pretty. That was bad. Bad wording. Just more attractive. Like, I just.
As a package, she's like the perfect
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I mean. Not that she's more pretty. That was very kindergarten.
We value women based on the pretty.
No, I just think she's a total package.
Totally.
Like,
she is.
You know, because when you look at like the girls on Laguna Beach, like you look at a Kristen, she's just like naturally like gorgeous, and then you look at Emily, and she's maybe not like just, you don't look at her and think like, you know, blonde beach babe, but you look at her and you're like, wow, she's like really well put together and sophisticated, and like it's just a different kind of attractive than what we're used to seeing.
It's a different kind of like it factor.
Yes. Yeah. Very New York.
Yes. Then they pull up to the flower shop, and Emily starts talking to the person working at the store and pointing out all these flowers like coral charm. And the lady brings out vases and says that it's very chinoiserie and starts showing what the arrangements could look like. Emily says she should have brought her digital camera, and Lauren's like, I have one. I put +1 to Lauren.
I know.
The only
like
one she might have.
She did right.
Yeah. The lady keeps talking about flowers with Emily, and she brings out another flower that Emily identifies as dahlias, and the lady tells her she's so smart. She knows so much about flowers, and cut to Lauren looking very annoyed.
Okay, but Emily would make anyone feel inadequate. Like, her knowing about flowers makes me want to punch her and be her all at the same time. Like, how do you just know everything?
I know. I can see how Lauren would be annoyed if I were her, because she's just like got her life together. She's so freaking smart about random shit. But the thing is, she's just being herself. She's like not even trying to like one up or like do better. That is just who she is.
Exactly. Yeah. She's not like being a bitch or fake about it. Yeah.
She studies fashion. She studies what's important. She knows what Teen Vogue wants.
Yeah.
Like, that's a normal intern that wants to do well.
No, she's really good at what she's doing. Yeah.
Lauren's like, I can flat iron this skirt.
Yeah.
I love Lauren. No, she's a great steamstress.
Yes. Steamstress.
I actually looked Emily up because obviously we all know she went on to like open Glossier, but I was wondering whether she came from like a fashion family or like a very rich family. And it sounds like her dad was like a pretty wealthy businessman that was in the printing service industry, which at this time printing was like very popular, I'm sure. So she did come from some sort of wealth to enable her to like do all this stuff. So
yeah,
you know, I wish I could be Emily. Hey.
Me too.
Then next, we're at dinner with Heidi, Jen Bunny, and Lauren, and they talk about not wanting to fall in love right now. Lauren says that she was head over heels in love with Jason, and they even had their wedding date set. But she's fine. She says the only time she misses having a boyfriend is when she has to put something together, pick out a TV, do car stuff, or have a lot of groceries because she can't lift them all.
Facts. I feel her about the groceries.
Then Heidi gets a text and it's Spencer. Jen and Lauren warn her about Spencer, and Heidi says that Spencer has been calling her nonstop. Then Lauren starts to mock Spencer being on the phone. Heidi just looks really bummed and sad, and we all know how this ends up, so we know why she's so freaking sad.
Yeah.
She's like, we don't even want to talk about him. And I'm like, Heidi, I wish we would have kept this energy.
I know.
Like, so badly.
We can't. It's the universe.
I know.
Then in the next scene, we see Whitney. We're in Whitney's bedroom. Lauren brings her flowers as she's recovering from her wisdom teeth surgery. And she actually looks really good. Like, I don't know how many days out this is, but she's not swollen.
I was never swollen either.
Yeah, I never swelled up either, and I was like so looking forward to looking like a chipmunk, but it never happened to me.
Well, it will never happen to Liz. So
Nope.
Yeah.
we should be thankful for what
Oh
we
my
get.
gosh, we'll have to ask if your kids have them.
That'll be really interesting to find out if they do or not.
Yeah. Gotta find out what gene that is. We all
Mhm.
need it.
Yes.
Lauren tells Whitney about Emily and says that she was super intense. She tells them about the flower store and how Lauren didn't say a word throughout this entire thing. And she says that Emily is a super intern. Whitney says, oh, maybe it's because she has more time, trying to make them feel like better about the situation. And Lauren tells her that no, she goes to school and she has 2 jobs. And then they talk about how Lauren just didn't mesh with Emily and that she missed Whitney. Back at Bolt's house, Heidi is strutting across the office floor in a black top, shorts, and tall black boots, which I thought was like the cutest outfit.
Same.
I thought she looked like a whore.
Hey,
No. Oh, I loved it.
whores are hot. I'll take it.
I mean, it's fine if that's what you want to do. I did say it's a vibe, though. It is a vibe.
So not office appropriate, but I'm like so cute.
Yeah, it's a vibe. And I liked the pearls with it. I'm like,
Oh, I
getting
hated
a
the
little
pearls
class
with
with
it.
your hoe. Oh, I liked it. I always love the pearls. She's getting a little classy with her hoe. I love it.
This was like their era of pearls. They paired pearls
Yeah.
with everything they could.
I never wore pearls. Did you guys?
Oh my God, in
She
this
did.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Okay,
yeah.
I did not.
I did not.
Like it was going out of style, you guys. Like, oh yeah. And I had pearl headbands. I still have pearl headbands.
I have pearl
Mm.
headbands, but never like a necklace or earrings. Like my parents bought them for me. I was like, ugh, they're like too old.
Old lady-ish.
Yeah.
That's what I always thought, yeah.
Well, I'm a Gemini and pearl is my birthstone. So
Well, there you go.
There's your excuse.
Yes.
don't talk shit about pearls.
Oh, and Heidi's makeup is also so gorgeous here. Like her lashes were like so dark and full, and her makeup was like so smoky. It was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She walks over to Elodie and asks if they can talk outside. And Elodie walks with her outside, which is just to the next room. And Heidi talks to her about the whole Spencer situation. She says she misses Spencer, and Elodie asks, how can you miss someone that does that to you? And Heidi's like, you don't choose who you love. I just really miss him. She says Spencer has been calling and texting her and asking for her to give him a chance. And Elodie asks if she can really trust him. And Heidi says, you just have to give people time to build trust. Elodie's like, exactly. He hasn't given you anything to show you that he's trustworthy. And she reminds Heidi that Jordan hurt her and asks if she's ready to sign up for that again. Heidi says she doesn't know, and Elodie says, it's up to you. I have nothing else to say. And I just love Elodie in this because she's so
Mm-hmm.
like monotone. Like she just like says what she thinks with no facial expression whatsoever, except for annoyance and like sassiness. But I'm like, are they like forcing this poor lady to film this? Because she clearly hates filming this and like hates Heidi. What is she doing here?
It's so awkward too because Heidi is just like, can I talk to you for a minute? Like, I'm working. No.
Yeah. I know. Can you get up from your seat and can we go somewhere else to talk about me?
To talk about my boyfriend, my piece of shit boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, we are not friends like that.
We need to get Elodie on, you guys. Like, we got to try
I
so
know.
hard.
So bad, yeah.
Well, she added us, so.
I know.
She did?
Yeah.
She added us on Instagram, yeah. So.
Okay.
We're going to try, you guys, all
Yeah.
of you. We got to get Elodie, put it out there in the universe. Elodie, we want you.
Tag her in all of our things.
Yeah.
Elodie Otto.
Overwhelm her.
I have to ask her about when she tells Heidi she'd cover for her and quit.
Her
Yes, she
best
does.
moment ever. Yes. So good.
Oh, man.
Then we're at dinner, and Lauren, Whitney, and Emily are setting up the final touches of the Teen Vogue dinner. Emily is moving around the plates and silverware and putting the final touches on the flowers they got. And Lauren says out loud that she thinks that there's too many flowers. But Emily tells her that she thinks it's perfect. Then Jane and Lisa walk in, and Lisa instantly says that she thinks that there's too many flowers and maybe you can take every other one out. And then they show Lauren and Whitney smiling. +1 to Lauren.
They finally got one over on Emily the intern.
Then Whitney and Lauren say they don't know what's going on with dinner. They talk to each other and they say that they think they'll get to stay because Lisa asked them to change for dinner.
Which Lauren's dress is really pretty, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney's like, oh yeah, we're staying.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm sure we're staying.
Then Lisa walks over and says one of the guests aren't coming and that Emily can seat herself at the table. And then she tells the other girls that Emily can walk her out because they're not staying.
Why did we have to add that? Emily, walk the girls out.
I know.
It's so bad.
Ugh.
And that's exactly what happens. Emily walks them out down the steps and she says goodbye to Whitney and Lauren as they go off.
She made them change.
Produced. It's got to be produced. Like, there's no way that Lisa would be like, get dressed for this fabulous dinner. Oh, but you're not staying. Like, that's crazy.
I would be so pissed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If I picked out an outfit and
totally.
I'd be so pissed. And I think Lauren looked so nice. I'd have been like, I wasted my makeup, my hair, and an outfit on this.
That's a lot of time.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
And now I get to go home and eat In-N-Out burger in my car? Like, absolutely not. I don't know what they were eating, but I would choose an In-N-Out burger.
I would be even more pissed being like, oh, I came here like being told that I'm going to eat dinner, like a good dinner, and then not being given any food at all.
That would piss me off more than anything.
Yes.
Because I love food.
Fancy food, too.
Free fancy food.
Free fancy food.
I'd be like, I thought I was getting filet mignon. Somebody better make me a steak.
Yeah.
Or at least send me home with a doggy bag.
I'll tell you where they went to. It was the original Tommy's drive-thru that touted the world's famous hamburgers. Have you been there, Liz?
I have been to one, but not that one that they went to. I went to one in like Long Beach area, and it was fine. It wasn't as good as In-N-Out, I think.
Is it a California like franchise?
I think so, because I've never seen them anywhere else, and I think there's only a couple of them out here.
Adrienne, have you ever had an In-N-Out?
I have. I mean, all the Canadians that go down there were like, we got to get In-N-Out, and we got to get, what's the other one where they close on Sundays?
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We always go down there. So yeah, the scene just ends with Lauren and Whitney being bummed that they couldn't see what the dinner was like, but they were happy they were part of the process. Process. Did you know that I learned that process is American, process is Canadian?
Yeah. You say a lot of Canadian things, and I just let it slide.
Yeah, we just don't say anything.
You guys have to point it out. For like voiceover, I have to like learn.
Oh.
And so I'm always like, process. But it doesn't come out naturally.
God, it sounds so, when you say it, it sounds like you have a Jersey accent.
Like a Boston accent or something. Yeah.
It's because the guy that taught me the class, I think he was from like New York and had that accent. That's why.
That's funny.
Then we're back at the Hillside Villas, and Heidi is strutting outside in a cute little black dress.
Her dress looks so cheap. It's so cheap.
What? Okay, it's not pretty, but like
rhinestones?
She was like dressed up.
The rhinestones?
Yeah. It was very like BB.
It's not a vibe.
Bebe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And she's dressed up to see Spencer, who's picking her up in his car. Obviously, Heidi cannot stop herself from like getting back with Spencer because, again, soul connection, spirit connection, it is fate. And I remember watching this and being so mad that Heidi got back with him. And I feel like everyone was pissed at this time. But look at where they are today, you guys.
They made it.
They really did. And do we think that Spidey is in a healthy relationship? I think so.
Can anybody be in a healthy relationship with Spencer Pratt?
I feel like Heidi, genuinely.
That would be a good name for the episode. Could anyone be in a healthy relationship with Spencer Pratt?
If there's anyone, it would be Heidi. It's funny that, we never even saw Spencer dating around in Hollywood.
I know, I was going to say I would love to meet one of Spencer's exes.
Yeah.
Brody had a ton before we even got to know him, but like we don't know anyone that Spencer dated. Kind of crazy.
Do I care though? No.
They would have never stayed with them.
No. Yeah, this episode was like filler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing major went on. The work drama was kind of just like for fun.
It was lukewarm.
Mm-hmm.
There really was no drama. This was fabricated.
Yeah.
And Heidi and Spencer were playing their game, so nothing really went on.
I give this episode 2.5 out of 5 stars.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite outfits?
I loved Lauren's little vamp moment that you guys missed.
Ah.
I liked Heidi's work outfit that Candace hated.
I didn't hate it. I just think she looks like a hoe.
Yeah, the Hoey outfit.
I think it would have been better without the boots. I wasn't crazy about the boots, but the long sleeve and the shorts, like, I thought that was super cute.
For sure.
Oh my god, I love the boots. They made the outfit. But I also love Ariana Grande in a huge hoodie with her high boots.
Right,
So.
with her boots.
Yeah.
Listen, like I said,
like that, yeah.
Like I said, it's definitely a vibe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just not work. Do
Yeah.
you guys have any favorite moments?
I just liked meeting Emily the intern. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we get to see Emily again?
Mm-hmm. At some point.
In New York or in LA?
I think in New York. I think Whitney goes for something and Emily's there.
If only they freaking casted Emily in the city.
I
Yeah.
know.
You know,
That would've been great.
I'm sure they like floated that idea, but Emily was like, no, I've got an actual career going on. And the best that
Right.
they could do
Mhm.
was like Olivia Palermo, who was a socialite.
Yeah.
Emily was like, that was fun, but no.
Yeah.
No, I thought the same thing for favorites. It was just all the Emily stuff. I thought it was fun to watch that with adult eyes because I feel like when I watched it younger, I definitely was on Lauren's side of like, oh, this girl's such a biatch, you know, and now I was like, she's doing great. So,
Look at us.
yep, we're grown up.
And my favorite moment was just Elodie being like a sassy queen. Every time Elodie like has talks with Heidi, I'm just like, she is so funny because she cannot disguise her hate for Heidi, but she's like, it's literally like they're holding her hostage and forcing her to film the hills. She just,
Yeah.
she wears it all over her face.
I love Elodie.
We need to ask her about it. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. We're going to post all of the outfits and you let us know whether Heidi looks like a little hoe or whether she looks office chic. And yeah, let us know if you have any wisdom teeth horror stories. Until next time, Millennial TV signing out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to that episode. This is Adrienne, Candace, and Liz at Millennial TV signing out. Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and leave us a comment or a review. We've recapped 3 seasons of Laguna Beach and season 1 of The Hills, so there's lots for you to catch up on if you are just finding us now. Love on us, give us constructive feedback. We would so love it. Alrighty, love you. Bye.